look at us recording in progress. So cool.
Wow,
Every single recording in progress.
we know what you do. We know what you do. Zoom.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
Golly.
Ugh.
All right. So our friend, mutual friends, mostly Joe's friends, but now my friend, Andy Mogrim, has been butter up my butt about watching a particular movie called Boogie Nights.
You've
And
never seen Boogie Nights, man? That upsets me. I'm sorry to have that reaction.
I'm still
I'm
reacting
trying to be better.
No. I'm still reacting to butter up my butt. Is that what you said?
This
That
man has
is
been
a reference
butter
to
up
the
my
film.
butt.
That was a subtle reference
Wait, so
to the
you
film,
did
guys.
watch
This
it?
is layered. I wrote that hours ago.
It's he goes, I like butter in my butt and
Butter
I
in my
like
ass and like what was the other one that was more
and
lollipop in my mouth.
A lollipop.
Yeah, now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm a pervert.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes. I think it starts with your show.
Wait, did you watch the whole thing or just?
Dude, I watched. So when Grace was out of town, Andy was butter up my butt about it, and I was like, I got my wife out of town. She doesn't like watching movies. I'll turn it on.
God.
I got 9 minutes into it, and I was like, this is fantastic. Grace needs to watch with me. And then she came home, and it was a harder sell than I thought it would be, even though I knew it would be difficult. But finally, I watched, I think it was like 2 hours of Mormon Real Housewives, and she was like, all right, I'll watch whatever you want. And so I chose Boogie Nights. Fantastic.
It's one of the best films ever.
I think it really is. In terms of everything, there was not a single moment of being bored. There was not a single moment of being like not in like I was completely in it. I forgot that they were actors. I forgot that they were playing.
You totally
roles.
forget they're actors. You fall in love with all of them, and you like care about all of them. Isn't it interesting? Is this isn't your first Paul Thomas Anderson movie, is it?
I also didn't know it was him until the very end, and I was like, oh right. What are the other ones that he's done? I'm sure I've seen.
We're talking Punch Drunk Love. We're talking Magnolia.
There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood. Inherent Vice.
He's got a new one coming out with Leo. His new movie.
Oh my god, it looks so good.
Do you want about pizza?
Licorice Pizza. Yeah.
No, haven't seen any of this.
So you should see. You should really see Magnolia, but maybe be alert. Not sleep
because it's a little
it's a little long.
It's a little long and it's a little crazy. All of Paul, like, he also did the Phantom Thread. Considered.
The Phantom Thread is great.
He's from the Valley, right? Like one of the biggest things is like that movie is a love letter to the Valley. And when I say Valley, listeners, we're talking about the Valley outside of Hollywood,
the San Fernando one.
And like he that and Magnolia are both kind of like love letters to just life outside in here. And I think Licorice Pizza might have been as well, right?
Yeah, I think all of them are like even There Will Be Blood is like in the Valley, like way in the 1800s or something.
There Will Be Blood.
I gotta fix my contacts. Just keep talking.
There Will Be Blood is one of my favorite movies ever. And I stand by the fact that I think it should have beat No Country for Old Men for the Oscar.
But Javier Bardem just like, what's crazy, Joe? I think about Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men and think about maybe one of the most like stick in your head serial killer villains of like all time.
And I'm not taking away from him or that movie. I mean, I'm not like, oh my God, No Country for Old Men won the Oscar. I'm so angry. Like, they're both amazing movies. I just was more particular to There Will Be Blood.
Did Javier Bardem get like Best Actor or something that year? Because I would have preferred like he gets Best Actor and then There Will Be Blood wins Best. Did it win Best Picture?
No. No Country did.
No Country did, but that's what I'm saying. Like flip No Country with There Will Be Blood.
I think here I'll just bring it up. 2008 Oscar.
Just
I'll
using
do it
the.
this left. I'm falling apart. It's
Did you
very
get it
funny.
in there?
I did, but this one's cracked, and I was like, do I want to deal with this one that's like torn in my eye, or do I want to like wait? But I think I'm just gonna deal with it.
Ooh, torn. Ooh.
Yeah, they tear
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
Don't come at me, folks, about eye health because I don't care.
We're not
I
here
don't
for
know.
that. We're not here for that.
You guys and Elliott does not hold a candle to me when it comes to eye health. These contacts probably been in a month straight. I'm real bad.
Dude, same. Oh, a month? We should go. We should track like how like no-fap guys will track their no-fap, and we should track our contact.
They're
But
gooning.
are you saying you're
Yeah,
using
gooning.
using the same pair for a month, or and you take them out at night? Because I don't take them out at night.
Okay, not taking that at night. You win, dude. For real, that's crazy.
I feel like there were times you'd come into the office and you're like, I fell asleep with my contacts in, and my eyes are like fucked.
I have done it, but I don't do it purposefully. If I'm still in bed and I realize that I can see too well, it's like the most stressful thing. I'm
Don't you like rub your eye and it comes right out, or that's not a thing?
Not really.
No, that's the penis, and then it.
Yeah.
You rub the eye of the penis and it comes right out. Can I blow your guys' minds really quick with Boogie Nights?
We have to really just we have to pay off this question real quick. Just so you know, best picture, best directing, No Country for Old Men, best actor in a leading role, Daniel Day-Lewis, There Will Be Blood, best supporting role, Javier Bardem, No Country for Old Men.
So they should have flipped it. Like give Javier Bardem best actor, but give There Will Be Blood best picture.
Well, he got best supporting actor, so he's still got an Oscar for his role.
But I just would rather like because I bet fucking what's his name from There Will Be Blood?
Paul Dano?
No, the lead.
Daniel Day-Lewis. He won best actor.
Daniel Day-Lewis won best actor.
Yeah, so he won best actor. Javier won best supporting actor.
Well, fuck Javier Bardem. Fuck that handsome motherfucker.
They're all handsome. All right, Boogie Nights, Elliott, so good.
Wait. I have to say something about Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights, so good.
Let's stay in Boogie Nights because I want to blow your guys' minds. I learned this fact and now you have to learn it with me. And it's I don't know. I mean, whatever, man. It is what it is.
Uh-oh.
But Paul Thomas Anderson wrote and directed Boogie Nights when he was 27.
Wow.
And it's like a beautiful piece of art. And I'm like, if someone were to ask me, have you ever made a beautiful piece of art? I would say, I'm still working on it. Still working on it.
It really it does a good job of being like, yeah, I'm good not doing cocaine.
I know. It doesn't glorify. That's the best part about it is it doesn't glorify the lifestyle at all. It's not even like Wolf of Wall Street where you're like, I don't care.
Yeah, is it supposed to be really funny? Because like we were okay, because it was honestly
it's hilarious.
We were dying at parts.
It's a slice of life of like a bunch of friends that just happen to be doing work in the porn industry. Like if you think like it reminds you of just like young, like people at a young time in their life. It's source fed, but with fucking
exactly.
It is.
We were talking. I think that's kind of that's part of the reason Andy was like, you have to watch it because it is reminiscent of like early YouTube days and seeing how everybody went and did their own thing afterward. And some people still kept tracing it, and some people got into drugs, and some people went back to school, and then some people did it. And it's like, oh, that sounds a little.
Do you know that? You remember the great line where William H. Macy is like, "He's fucking my wife."
Oh my god!
She's got an ass in her cock.
He's like, my wife's got a cock or my wife's cock is in that.
She's got an ass in her cock.
Yeah. Because I was like, was that a mess up, or did he really?
He's totally a mess up.
It was a total improvisation mess up, and they kept it in the film.
It's because it's exactly what I would say in that scenario. Like the words wouldn't come out right, and he's still so pissed off.
Dude, and I'm
sorry.
Yeah, and just like like her going like, "Can you get out of here?" Every time she like busts in on his wife fucking someone else. Can you just get out of here, you loser?
So
Grace sometimes doesn't understand. Like I'll understand how some plots are gonna go, like when he sees them during New Year's in the
Oh
bedroom and he goes
man.
out to his car and Grace is like, well, where's he going? And I was like, I think
He
he's gonna
must
have
be
a gun,
leaving
babe.
because he's done with it.
Yeah,
Correct
he's
me,
upset, man.
He must finally be leaving her.
This is his
correct me if I'm
character arc.
wrong. That's a one shot, right? Like he
It is
goes,
a oneer, yeah.
walks
That
out.
was another thing. Yeah, Grace and I we're always this is all one shot
You're
again. They're
looking out
doing
for
the one
those
shot thing.
oneers, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Uh,
studio, the studio, the studio, the studio. Just
Yep.
Other notable moments
I will continue watching the studio. I need to get back into it.
Oh, good, yeah, please do. But other notable moments in Boogie Nights when Philip Seymour Hoffman is in the car going, "I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot. I fucked up. I fucked up."
Because it's so realistic. I remember
It's so
that
real.
kind of crying.
I know.
Idiot.
I'm so stupid.
The just Mark Wahlberg's perfect casting, and also like him being so respectful of women and like
Yeah.
so nice, and then you see him slowly become like
a big old piece.
Well, we've talked about
Yeah.
how it's the best thing he's ever done and ever will
Yeah.
do.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of another Mark Wahlberg role where I was like entertained and into it as much.
Oh
as...
well, I can think
Departed.
of Departed.
Oh, I guess. All right. Okay.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
a cartoon character. He is a cartoon character.
He is a cartoon character,
but it's very funny.
That's true.
It really fits for the moment.
Other notable moments in Boogie Nights: the absolute chef's kiss, the Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the Sister Christian.
Yep. Just another cartoon moment in that movie. But it's so good.
Yeah.
Just the little cheesy Vietnamese kid just
just throwing firecrackers. And I love that they like this every time the firecracker goes.
the tense, the
He's
anxiety.
Chinese.
Is he Chinese? I don't remember.
That's what he does. Yeah,
That's what he says. Yeah,
Alfred Molina. He's Chinese.
Dude, and
I didn't see it again. I can't remember.
And we talk about how, like, every really good movie has like a moment in it you can take completely out of the movie and show to someone, and they don't have to see the rest of the movie. Like, you can just show them this little short film, kind of, and that's totally what that is. It's just like all you got to know is these guys are coming in to get some money, and that's it. And you go from when they go in to when they're like, driving off away with the gunshots and shit.
Thomas Jane is so good in it. It was like the first time you saw Thomas Jane back in the day. You're like, who's this guy? You thought he was gonna like take over Hollywood.
Who are you talking
about? The other guy in that scene.
Oh yeah. The guy that's
like Texas guy.
Get the safe.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, it's like, is it zooming in on his face the whole time, or was it Mark Wahlberg? I can't remember.
I think it's his face, because I think you could just tell as they're like getting up and he's like pissed that they're.
So back in the day of like cable television and like TBS and TNT, those were the stations where you'd be scrolling through, and every once in a while, if Shawshank Redemption was on, that was like a TBSer. Doesn't matter where it was in the movie, you would stop and you'd finish it. You'd be like,
for sure,
some movie, and I'll even endure the commercials. Boogie Nights was another one like that. You'd get like the censored version of it, but it'd still be like, oh, this is Boogie Nights, and everything about it is perfect. And I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna go on this 3-hour journey. It's a long
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's some interesting stuff about Burt Reynolds. Like, he didn't really want to do it or something, and he had to be like coerced into doing it.
He might have been a dick about it the whole time.
Yeah. And I think he just didn't like being directed by a young guy and was like, what's this shit,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be told about this shit.
Life imitating art.
Yeah, it's so like
here we go. Yeah, William H. Macy said Burt Reynolds was clueless making Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights, and he trashed the film after they wrapped until he got the Academy Award. Yeah, it says he just wasn't happy and didn't seem to comprehend the magnitude of the tone of the film.
Which definitely had a Tarantino-esque feel. I mean, especially the Alfred Molina scene is like straight up, seems like it was an ode to Pulp Fiction, but
for sure. So good, dude. Magnolia. I mean, and I love Magnolia so much. Like, I really do. Like, they're all good, but Boogie Nights is perfect, I think. And is Punch Drunk Love
also good.
Punch Drunk Love is my favorite romance film. Love story film.
Elliot, do you know who he's married to?
I met her.
You did?
Yeah.
You met her before knowing who she was married to?
Yeah, I met her when I was with Joel McHale
When you guys were dating?
when we were dating. Maya Rudolph, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
She
Yes,
came in
sir.
and she was like, I was like, "Hi, I'm Elliott," and they mentioned Paul, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we're living over in Encino, the Valley. He's never gonna leave the Valley," and now that gives me context.
It is. And now
Like every night is one of those boogies for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would.
Oh man, I just remembered the opening too of the that's also a oneer.
Oh, of the movie itself.
The
Yeah.
whole when they're like going into the club and stuff. And
Yeah, that is the one shot. Yeah, and that was the one shot I watched where I was like, okay, pause, and we'll rewind.
You're like, I
have
got
been-
yeah. I gotta watch this.
Homage to Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Right.
For sure.
There's
There's are more Boogie Nights?
well, no, just Paul Thomas in general.
Mm.
So again, Boogie Nights #1 for sure. Magnolia is also really good. I think it takes some people. It might take like a special appreciation for some to enjoy Magnolia, but it's just really good. One of Thomas Cruise's best roles.
Oh yeah.
There Will Be Blood, one of my personal favorites. Love it. I haven't seen Phantom Thread yet. I need to see that.
Wait, can you pause? Because I just have to say one more thing about Boogie Nights. So I was obsessed with it as a young man, and there was this DVD set where you could watch. Do you remember? First of all, Luis Guzman, like just always.
Yeah,
I mean,
incredible.
I love him. I just love him forever, and his role in that is just fucking incredible. Put me in the movie. I'm ready. Let's go. But anyway,
Which is how he got every movie role ever.
come on, put me in the movie. I'm ready.
Don Cheadle was also
Don
amazing.
Cheadle, and everybody's good. John C. Riley. You ever seen Star Wars? People say I look like Han Solo. Like, anyway, but
The flip into the pool and he lands on his back.
God, dude.
Let me show you that stuff.
So remember they're making like the like action movie, like the action porn movies, and Mark Wahlberg's like a 007 kind of guy or whatever, or I forgot, he's like an action hero.
Rocklanders.
Rocklanders. And there's a scene where they're like in a bar and he's like talking to Luis Guzman's character. And he's like, do you remember they're like talking to each other and he's like, do you know where the guy is? And he's like, yeah, I think he's over there or whatever. It's just this really quick moment you see of the movie they're making. But on the Blu-ray or on the DVD, there was this special feature where you could like watch them just like improvise together for like 5 minutes or something. And there's this moment where Mark Wahlberg goes, I've always loved this. It's just this tiny little moment, and it's not even in the movie, but Mark Wahlberg goes to Luis Guzman. He's like, do you think that guy over there is acting suspicious? And Luis Guzman goes, suspicious? And it's just the seriousness in his face. Suspicious?
Guzman is he's interesting enough in himself that I would watch a documentary on like his whole career.
Me too.
Fascinating how much work he's gotten. He's one of my favorite Count of Monte Cristo, which used to be favorite movies.
I saw him do stand up once at the Laugh Factory. He like came in and did a set when he was doing stand up, and then he kept being like, "Hey, Boogie Nights." And he kind of like drop his like credits.
Yeah,
he
did.
Count of Monte Cristo, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's like a legend."
Yeah,
Was he
is a
funny?
legend.
Like in doing stand up, was he?
Yeah,
good?
was the stand up good?
I think he was definitely himself. I wouldn't say it was like stand up, but kind of like the same way that Jeremy Piven is like, he's got the charisma, but I don't know if
now. Yeah,
Luis Guzman's like a less scary Danny Trejo.
Yeah,
because you're like, oh, I love that he's in movies. He
Apparently-
shouldn't be in movies.
This P.T. Anderson fellow has a Leo movie coming out.
Yeah, we were just saying that.
One
Oh.
battle after another. Have you seen the trailer for it, Elliot?
I think maybe I did, where Leonardo DiCaprio looks completely inept or something.
Yeah,
like
he's like
Hispanic.
disheveled and he's wearing like sweatpants or something. he looks like shit.
It looks insane.
I get Inherent Vice vibes from it. Did you see that one, Joe? Inherent Vice?
fell asleep. I didn't.
It's fucking hard to get through, but it's good. Joaquin Phoenix it's basically like a Looney Tunes, like it's kind of Looney Tunes.
It's like a detective story.
It's a detective story that's like
a noir.
Yeah, it's a film noir detective thing that's like, wait, you gotta, like, if you're bad with names and you're like, you don't know, like, do you watch sometimes I'll watch a whole series and I'll be like, and my girlfriend will be like, do you think that Lisa is gonna get Jack? And I'm like, who are these characters? Like, literally the main
bad at names that I'll work at a place for 2 years. This happened recently, and if you asked me what everybody's last name was, I would lose the game.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't, and I forgot why I brought that up.
Yeah, that looks bonkers. I really want to see that. Him and Leo together. It's just hell yeah.
Oh, because if you can't remember names, Inherent Vice is just going to be a nightmare because they keep mentioning names of people and you're like, wait, who are they talking about?
Well, Inherent Vice also came out during like Joaquin Phoenix's weird, like, he was doing like double personalities and
yeah, that stupid like I am here thing or whatever it was called.
He was at peak Joaquin, I think, around that time.
He was flying dangerously close to Jared Leto.
Yeah,
like weirdness,
level of cringe, and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also Luis Guzman in Punch Drunk Love is like,
I need to watch that again too. I've seen it once.
Oh god, I'm in love with that movie. Like, if I could fucking marry that movie, I would.
The pacing of Boogie Nights was so like, I'm like, why can't what message do we need to get out to directors to be like, keep this stuff moving, you know?
And
it's
not hectic. It's not like, it's not a YouTube Mr. Beast YouTube video. You're not like getting like blasted with like moments out. You're just getting hit with great storytelling, perfect pacing, editing, and just the most charismatic actors that, again, you don't feel like you're watching movie stars. You feel like you're watching people.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. It's great.
He just gets amazing performances out of everybody. And Magnolia is similar in that sense because it's such an ensemble. It's like another like massive ensemble cast.
Do you guys think if you grew up in an environment where one of your parents was maybe like passive and allowed, enabled abuse from an alcoholic parent, but you also had just like the biggest penis that the world has ever seen, and you lived in the Valley, or wherever he is, Torrance, do you think that you would pursue, like, have you ever thought like what kind of person pursues in that time frame as a dude? What kind of dude pursues that career path? And do you think it's done out of a sort of economic necessity, or out of a desire, out of a rapacious libido? Like, what is the...
I think you nailed it. I think it's all of those things. And I think if you're already very well endowed, you have already been told that you could probably do adult films and you could probably be a sex worker.
That's a good point. You grew up, you were in a locker room and
yeah, someone's like, whoa, we got a porn star cock over here, don't we, boys?
Coach, stop.
Let me go back to the teammates, coach. Get me out of here.
What's funny about...
Why is it locked?
That movie?
And then I'm just in the corner going, I don't want to be in here.
You said libido, which is really interesting about Boogie Nights, because I really feel like, was it ever about like, I just love sex? Like, I don't think they were really talking like that much. They were like doing the job. They were just doing
especially like the Heather Graham characters, and like the most of the girls in there were kind of like, who am I fucking today? We're fucking. All right, let's go. It's
Julianne Moore. Is that who it is?
Julianne Moore is incredible.
I fall in love with
cock. Oh wait, no, that was. What was her cock line? Was in Boogie Nights, right? Or was that Magnolia?
I don't remember.
Where she goes like, cock. The way she says cock is like real bizarre.
That might have been Magnolia.
But
But
and then that scene, that incredibly accurate drug scene where they're like, "I think you want to be my mom? Yeah, I'll be your mom. I'll be your
yeah,
mom. I'll totally be your mom." It's like
her ability to be like a strung out cokehead was pretty incredible in terms.
incredible.
And the fact at the end, and move on. We can move on to the political stuff in just a moment, but especially just the foreign affairs. But the
The segment's coming up.
as we started watching the movie, I got this like anxiety because I was like, wait a minute, is this one of those movies where it's gonna be like a bunch of dicks like out like in the open? And I was like, I don't want to maybe see that. And I Googled like, are there a bunch of dicks in this movie? And it was like you do see Mark Wahlberg's prosthetic.
Oh, it was ruined for you.
And I was like, well, I wanted to know. And I felt like I'd heard something about it, so it wasn't too bad. But the way that they did it,
It's not. Yeah, it's not
he's
like.
so funny.
Yeah.
Just at the very end, whipping it out.
And then just standing there, going like, "Come on, we got this,
Oh, incredible.
dude."
Some would say until the end, there is nary a dick in that
It
film.
really isn't. I mean, I was
Yeah.
surprised.
pretty much just like boobs and butts. But there's also that anxiety that happens when like things are really dark for everybody, and there's that like string of scenes where he's like Mark Wahlberg is doing like sex work on the streets and stuff, and like
Yeah, it gets
there's
real
that like score, there's that piece of music that's just like a scary like kind of heartbeat kind of sound, and it
Yeah.
just like doesn't stop through all of these scenes. Like the music just keeps going, and you're like, no, I want to get out of this dark. Get me out of this scary nightmare we're in right now. But I love that it like so many movies in like late 90s like that, especially movies that were like marketed as adult, thriller kind of like darker movies. They all would like end in a really fucked up way, and you'd be like, "Whoa, that was crazy." But the fact that Boogie Nights ends on a high note is like
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah, the when that happened, Grace turned and she's like, "Oh, so it's like they're all still a family."
Yeah.
And then I Googled it, and it was like P.T. Anderson was like, "At the end of the day, it's a movie about family." And I was like, "Oh, you nailed it, Grace."
So I think there's a lot of ways to measure the power of a movie, and there's a lot of ways to like know if they'll go down in like the annals of history, as if you will.
We'll
Like
allow
one
it.
is Oscars. Like, okay, did the Oscars appreciate it? And I think the Boogie Nights got some love here and there. And then the second is, did Grace actually like it?
Yeah, did she
As
follow it?
Yeah, and it sounds like she did.
Yeah, like truly was interested. She is kind of like a groundhog, like in Groundhog Day, of like being like, is this gonna go because she fell asleep during Rogue One. We tried rewatching that, and I thought it was great.
It's hard to get through Rogue One after watching Andor.
It's not as good as Andor. I'll tell you
It's
that.
not as good as Andor, but it's like
Still good.
But the show like carries it even
Mhm.
more because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, but I love these characters, so I'll stick with it. There's something like because I hadn't seen Rogue One since the theaters, and we just finished Andor, and so I was like, well, obviously we gotta watch Rogue. Like someone posted on like Saturday or something, because Andor ended last week, right? Like
Yeah.
like on Tuesday or something. And someone posted on some like Reddit thread on Saturday that they're like, I know y'all are watching Rogue One today. I
Yeah,
know
I saw
you
it.
are. Because like everyone's like, well, because it just connects right into Rogue One pretty much.
Yeah, it's like, I caught you. You were watching Rogue One.
Yeah, I
right
know
now.
you're watching. I caught you in 4K watching Rogue One.
Does Andor touch on characters that are in Rogue One, or is it just the main guy?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
main-
Yeah, but in a completely
In some very subtle ways.
eloquent way. Yeah.
Because-
Yeah.
Yeah, when I watched Rogue One, of course I liked it like everybody else, but I really loved the it was like the samurai Jedi guys.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I always thought those two, I would watch a television show to see their life story and where they came from.
Totally.
I know that those guys were great. Actually, I wouldn't mind that either. I
I'm the
would say
Force, and the Force is with me. I'm the one with the
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Whenever I pitch Andor to people, I say it's Star Wars without the Star Wars shit.
Mhm.
There's no lightsabers, there's no goofy CG creatures, there's no Like there's no magic. It's literally just like real people.
My favorite character from Andor, though, is hands down, and this is a minor spoiler, Joe, but I think you'll know who I'm talking about. It looks as though they almost had a relative of ET at one point in the series, who is played by who is in a hospital,
He really
and
has your favorite character.
she's an older.
I think I know. Can I say why? I think I know why.
Yeah.
Is it because it's just in the middle of one of the most intense scenes in the whole series? Yeah. And then you get this like really well timed moment of it of
like 2 seconds, yeah,
dude, of it looking up and going, eh?
Great show.
There are a bunch of interesting discussions on the internet about it being of one of ET's from the ET planet.
Yeah,
especially because ET is in the Phantom Menace, or at least the creatures ET is.
Apparently, too, in the museum they have some things from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, dude, and there's also a Jar Jar skull,
really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you see in the new Predator trailer, all the skulls from
Oh yeah.
movie
Yeah.
history?
Oh, yeah. Really? That's fun.
Elmo's skull is in there.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
It would be great though.
The ETs and Phantom Menace, they were in the pod racer audience, right?
No, it was the Senate. The Senate,
yeah.
like all the politicians. Yeah. There's like ET politicians. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, idiot. All right, well, guys, last night I went to see They Might Be Giants for like the fucking 12th time.
Yay, they're fun.
And what's the word? Are they or are they not?
You know what was funny? We were walking over to the theater with some friends, and I was like, "Do you think tonight we'll find out? We'll actually find out." Everyone's like, "What? What are you talking about?" I'm like, like, you know, are they?
Never mind.
Are they? What are they?
And they pushed you into traffic. They're like, "Yeah, Steve."
Man, I fucking hate downtown LA though. I fucking hate it.
Every time there's an event there that I have to I took Hayden down to one of her first concerts and I had to be in downtown LA. Her prom was in downtown LA. That sucks.
Dude, I fought against seeing a band I really love just because it was like I really fought it until we were like in the car on the way. I was just like, I gotta think of some way to just not have to go to downtown LA. It's just like, I don't know. For those of you that don't know, it's basically just like New York City in the middle of Los Angeles.
But empty
and
more terrifying, more dangerous.
It's like on the cusp. I mean, they've been trying to like reinvigorate it for years now, but it's on the cusp of having personality. Like it's so close. There's some parts of it when you're down there, like this is kind of cool. There's a bunch of old theaters and the marquees are awesome, but they're all just hidden behind like the dingiest, darkest corners, and they're separated enough that there's just a bunch of blah between.
And like one corner or like one part of the street is like, oh, there's some cool shops here, and like, oh, maybe I'll check that restaurant out or I'll get coffee in there. And then you turn the corner and it's literally like a third world country, like just suddenly there. And you're like, this is messed up. This is fucked up and like sad.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, what are you gonna do? You know, it's like, what are you gonna do?
You either look away or you look at them and judge them.
There's a reason Paul Thomas Anderson isn't making movies about downtown LA. That's all I'm saying.
I watched I found a YouTube channel that was one of those channels where it was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this for hours, and it's this dude who goes into how maps of cities got made. So that's the fan of YouTube I'm in, and
that's kind of cool.
It was like why the Los Angeles map is like like on a slant, and why it's like part grid and then it just stops being a grid. And it basically comes down to like who colonized the area after like the Spanish American War or whatever, and like the US wanted to colonize LA, but then also Spain wanted to colonize LA. So you ended up with basically two separate maps that got like smashed together. So now,
Interesting.
so if you look at like it's all like kind of skewed when you look at it on a map.
Culture.
It's that's
Culture.
and Grace was like, no one, but like she was like, the fact that you find this interesting is so wonderful, and I was like, thanks, babe.
I mean, there's something definitely interesting about like, the how all this stuff started, like, and how why are certain streets this way and why certain freeways go this way, and it's very interesting.
Yeah,
It is interesting because you're like, I've lived here long enough. I should learn about how all this shit
yeah.
like got mapped.
Yeah, that's what I should think.
I should probably know that.
You should think about it all day, every day.
Babe, wake up. I just realized something. I got to figure out how this place got mapped.
Babe, new realization just dropped.
Anyway,
Yeah, man.
Joe, when are you gonna watch Andor, man?
I think maybe now's the time. I just finished up the studio, which is such a hate watch for me.
It is.
It is.
So
It's also a hate watch for me too.
100%. It's really good, awesome acting, really funny ideas, writing's great, but it's just anxiety. The whole thing is anxiety.
It is because like I don't know, it can't just be me. I that like sees the punchline coming from a billion miles away. Like the setup on each episode is so obvious. And it's like maybe that's part of the fun of it. Like Curb kind of did that too. But Curb had like right? Like Curb had like so all of these little like jokes planted in, and then all the punchlines would come, and it was just kind of fun to guess shit. Like Larry David would go into a gas station, and the gas station bathroom door was locked or something, and you're like, oh, I bet he's gonna try to go outside and pee, and then someone's gonna be like, ew, what indecent exposure, and then he's gonna go to it's gonna be this whole caper. And I feel like the studio does something very similar. It's like it does some kind of like ridiculous setup, and then they're like, and then I don't know, and then it's just the anxiety of waiting for that like annoying punchline.
Well, it's just it's Seth Rogen's character is not really likable, but he's the lead, and then there's moments of likability and you want to be on his side, and then you're interested in just like the storyline of their group, but they're all at the end of the day mostly despicable and just really dumb decisions. And when you're watching somebody do that all the time, the show is doing something right because I keep watching it. But when I keep watching it, an episode will end and like it'll just autoplay the next one, and I every time I go, oh fuck, I guess I'll just.
I know. It's like it's kind of like it's like it's like a hate watch kind of situation.
But that's over now. Taskmaster is a weekly thing that this season's good. Elliott, it's really good.
Good to know. Good. I'll check it out. Yeah.
Jason Mantzoukas is on it, and I think he's the first American on it.
Oh, interesting.
And he's a fun watch on it, but you can just tell, man, there's such a different sensibility of just comedians over here versus over there, and he kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, but still kind of works. So that's worth your time. But yeah.
Well, May was American, so it's definitely not the first American.
Was May American?
May's American.
Okay, well,
American.
No,
American.
It
I remember their last name. I'm trying to remember.
No, good callback. No, I did not.
May June. Did you guys hear about
Andor?
Did you guys hear about this show Andor? Did you guys hear that Nicolas Cage is playing John Madden in some kind of thing?
Yeah, with who's it? Christian
Bale? Yeah.
And have you seen Nicolas Cage as John Madden yet?
The picture's wild.
It's unbelievable. I'm going to share it for those of you that have not seen it. I mean, they nailed the outfit. Let's get that right first. Let's get that out of the way.
Look at those.
He looks like they. Yeah, it looks like I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't look.
I know.
Believable.
I know.
It looks like one of the outfits that Robin Williams tries on in Mrs. Doubtfire before deciding.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Nope,
does.
not this one. Not good enough.
Oh man, guys, I'm gonna try out I'm gonna go ahead check out the Long Beach Pride parade today.
Oh, fun.
They're letting you back in.
They're letting me back in after years of not letting me back in.
The up and down nature of the type of people that live on the coast in the area that you are in is really funny to me. It's like you got Huntington Beach, you got
Dude.
Manhattan, like, and then now you're in Long Beach and you're having a pride parade. Like, if that kind of went too far south, they
Oh,
would
it would be a
heard.
big problem if it went further south. Yeah, it's already like I'm really like happy here in Long Beach. Like,
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
like I am like it turned out to be a very welcoming and community based place, which is like
cool.
not something I'm used to in LA.
You didn't have that in the apartment directly next to the freeway? Nestled up.
There's have you guys ever felt like a sense of community where you've lived?
Nope.
Ever?
I mean, I wave at my neighbors and
Montana, yeah, not here.
Oh yeah.
Montana.
Yeah. No, here's sorry, Elliot. I totally.
No, you're just saying what I was going to say.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been in this apartment complex for way too long, 14 years or something now. And when I first moved in, there was one guy who left after a year, but like he held like a barbecue here where he's like, hey guys, Friday night barbecue. Everybody come out. Let's just, and we did that.
That's awesome.
Give me a false sense of community that I thought was going to be ubiquitous.
You're like, finally, I feel like I'm at home with these nice neighbors and shit.
That went away swiftly, and there's been very little interaction with anybody within the apartment complex since. So,
and same with you, Elliott. Like you've never really had like a sense of community, like even in Florida, like
no,
yeah, it's
one of the
weird,
things I think
right?
for some reason it's like draws me to the idea of either living around people, like a New York kind of thing where you go down and you see people in your neighborhood. But yeah, we're pretty isolated, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of how things go, and the lack of trust of a lot of things, and the guardedness that you kind of just have for being like in your home, and you kind of just want to be like, I don't really want to be friends with these people. Like I kind of just want to keep to myself, and I don't need to have people knocking on my door and asking for stuff. And like, I think we've gone years and years and years without the like random show ups, and like, we have cell phones now. It's like easier to make plans with people that you want to see. And so when you have like a community of people that kind of like want to be a part of your life, it's almost like I don't really want that in some way.
The problem is that big city living, for the most part, especially LA, you're just not designed to have community. Like, I live in Burbank, but nobody here cares about Burbank. Like,
Right.
truly, like, we're not going to like Burbank celebrations. It's not like everybody cares about the Burbank High School Bulldogs. Like,
dude, that's an interesting point.
And we're also separated, right? Like in a small town, it's like you go to work in the downtown of the town you live in or whatever, and everybody congregates on a daily basis for the same reasons. Doesn't happen here. You lived in an apartment complex where you went 5 miles one way, somebody went 20 miles, someone you work in cities. You're not meant, community just doesn't get built here. Do you know how like they say you don't understand, like humans can't understand a billion, like the number is too
right
big.
Right.
Same with community, like, and the same with like living in a big area like this. It's just too big to comprehend that you're part of something that matters. Quite honestly,
I think it's all of those things. Yeah, it's a combination of that and also wanting to be left alone a little bit.
Dude, I miss it. That's the one thing that'll probably make me move when I move, is just to go live in somewhere that feels a little bit more important than just yourself.
Yeah, man. That's an interesting point to bring up, because it does feel like you're right. Like people that live in Burbank aren't like, a fucking Burbank? Yeah, man, we fucking love Burbank. But people that live in Long Beach are like, fucking Long Beach. We love Long Beach. Like they really
That's cool.
rally for Long Beach, and they love where they live. And I'm like, well, I mean, it must be because they're right by the ocean. And the ocean, when you're that close to a piece of nature whether it's like a forest or a beach or something. There's just some kind of feeling of like, I don't know, man. They always say, I don't know how true this is, but they say that going into the forest or going into the woods or something for like an hour, like gives you this kind of energy that you wouldn't get from just hanging out in a city for an hour or something. Like there's just something about nature in general that kind of makes people feel a little bit better. I don't know.
Mundi.
Yeah. You also have a unifying variable there, right? Like
Right.
the beach is the thing. That is the congregational place. That is, oh, Long Beach, we have a beach. And
Right.
why we're here. A lot of other places in LA, it's just so sprawling and it's just concrete over
Exactly.
over again. It's hard to have for a place to have a personality to even latch onto.
Exactly, dude. It's weird to feel like a sense of community, like and feel welcome and not feel like I'm in people's way and
like
it's
you're
just,
a part of it. You're not just like,
yeah.
they're not tolerating you. You're a member of it.
Yeah, and you know, there's like that thing of like, you know, people live somewhere long enough. They're like, I guess I'm just gonna, this is my home now. Like, I guess I'm just gonna live here, and this is where I'll live. Like, there's that feeling of like, kind of like, there's a negative kind of feeling around that. Like, I guess I'll just be here. But here in Long Beach, there's people that are like, I fucking came to Long Beach and I'm never leaving because I love it. Because I don't want to leave.
Like New York, people will talk shit about it and be like, I will never leave here. Like and it's like the talking shit is part of it, but it's still undergirded by like a knowledge that this is the coolest or this is the best place or the only place we'd ever want to be. Plus, you don't forget, you have to, you know, as Nicholas Carr says in Super Bloom, how technologies of connection tear us apart. You know, the devices that we hold in our hands give us a facsimile of connection that actually in the long run contributes to our senses of loneliness. And
not just that, but also it impedes and stunts our intellectual growth. For you are not actually looking to learn when you are connected to every piece of information. You are just looking for your ideas to be picked up and agreed with. So thus you go into echo chambers and you stop learning, you stop connecting. The worst thing that probably happened to humanity was the internet.
Yeah, but also reading makes you a gay nerd.
Yeah, dude. That's my favorite book that I did read is Reading Makes You a Gay Nerd.
So Brian, it's funny you say that, Steve. Brian Burkhart actually talks about in indigenizing philosophy through the land, a trickster methodology for decolonizing environmental ethics and indigenous futures. He talks about how reading is gay. That's actually the first chapter.
Elliott, whenever you pick up these books and you show them to us, it does fascinate me that you're actually reading them. Like,
are you actually reading them
not
cover to cover?
Not cover to cover. No.
But you'll pick sections and you'll be like, let me read this chapter and see.
Yeah, I'll read the intro and I'll go to the index and I'll find the things that are relevant and I'll try to, you know, get a feel. But I don't read. I don't. Who has the time?
There was a time in your life where you would see the title on all of those books and you would go, "That is for gay nerds," and now you just read them.
Yeah,
it's fascinating. I love it.
Do you? No,
it's I'm looking for my book on gay nerds.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, here we go.
It's that poster of you, Elliott, from that comedy special we had in the Valleyfolk.
Yeah, the green one,
the big green one.
I was having a brain fart. I need you guys to help me remember something. What was the point of the ice cream sketch we did in our live show that we did our little mini tour?
Oh, that's funny. What do you mean? Like, what was the joke?
Yeah, I forget. We were singing, but was it because we were singing
like a demon possession or something?
No, okay. So it was like, you know how you go in and it's like, it was supposed to be like singing was part of the like experience. Like you come in to order ice cream and you go like, have a rocky road. The rocky road is good or whatever. And it's like, oh, that's cute. And then I think it was like,
you guys don't remember either. Thank you. I'm not just old.
I was impressed. I was interested in where I'm assuming this Steve knows how to end this.
Wasn't it that there was like one person there that didn't know the songs or something?
They were the new guy, and we were teaching them like our culty songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
and then there was like the song got dark, and everyone was like, "Wait, why is it getting dark?" And then there was like an amulet involved.
Yeah. There was some kind of spiritual like thing, right? Like a magical.
Yep, I don't remember, but I remember loving it, and I remember thinking it was a really good sketch, and now I want to remember it.
Yeah. Is there a video of that somewhere?
There is one somewhere. I'm gonna find it. I'll find it.
Like somewhere as in it was someone else or we did it?
No, we recorded all the shows, and we almost released like a really shitty special where we had Kate edit all of the pieces.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And then I just think it wasn't recorded good enough for us to do anything with it.
We should put it on the Patreon.
Oh, that's cute. That's a really cute idea. And guys, I want to thank you all for watching and listening and hanging out with us. What a fun time, you know? It's just a fun time hanging out with pals and catching up and being angry at people for not watching movies they should have watched 20 years ago. And
fuck off.
Fuck off, you gay nerd.
It's really funny though. We don't do that with books anymore. Like, what? Catcher in the Rye, you fucking idiot.
You guys follow the Wolves of Glendale?
They're really funny.
Dude, so funny. And I was like, man, that's crazy that funny music can still work in this time of cringe and brain rot.
You know, assuming they are geographically located where their name says, they're just down the road.
Yeah. We could start a community
in Glendale.
Whoa, we could start a community in Glendale for comedy singers. You know, if the clown, all this clown shit, this comedy clown movement shit, why can't we do a comedy music movement?
That's true.
Speaking of Glendale and speaking of music, speaking of Glendale's most infamous musical contribution, the
Bruce
System of
Springsteen.
Down.
What?
System of Down, just from down the road.
System of a Down is from Glendale?
Yeah, the guy and one of the guys owns like a shop in the Galleria.
Has a coffee shop down there that we could all go attend.
That's crazy.
Is that the lead singer?
Yeah.
System of a Down? Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I do feel like I live here now.
There's the sense of community you were waiting for.
Oh yeah, they're my mayor. It's Serge from System of a Down.
Dude, that'd be so rad if he was the mayor. Shit would be crazy.
How about that guy though that did System of a Down style Owl City?
Yeah, that guy, he does those mashups all the time.
Yeah.
It's insanely.
I was like staying up late. Grace was like, "Are you coming to bed?" And I was like, "Yeah, you gotta see this guy."
It is nice every once in a while to break through the cacophony and all the fucking noise of all the stuff that's online as you're scrolling, blah, blah, blah. And then land on somebody that does truly interest you for more than 5 seconds.
Right.
Like, oh, you're like, oh, this is a talented human being. I'm going to watch this person like I used to watch people back in 2000.
Yeah.
Right.
Are we coming back around? Is it like coming back around to that kind of thing? No.
You just have to like you finally have to stop. And it's very rare where somebody makes you stop and you go, I want to watch all their things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they're like, I'm going to go talk to people about how the history of this map.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And the algorithm will deliver on that.
All right.
I always thought that Owl City song sounded like a ringtone, like a fucking like ringtone. It just sounds like a ringtone. And then I learned that guy from Owl City wrote like all the ringtones we use.
Yeah.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them. It's actually like unknown like how many, but he did a bunch for Apple and couldn't like be credited for them. But there's a lot of ringtones that sound so much like an Owl City song.
I don't tend to get like my snobby music pants on much, but I remember when fucking Owl City came out, I put my snobby pants on. They were so tight. I had such a big snobby bulge. And I was like, this motherfucker is just trying to be like Postal Service. And Postal Service is
Wow.
Honestly, arguably still at this point, I think Postal Service is a better band.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But
So
but I've taken off my snobby pants. I'm like, fucking Owl City's fine. Who cares?
You would not believe your eyes. All right, guys. Great show.
Do